Hi guys, we're live. It's the Bahrain Grand Prix. Come and join us for this watch along to see who would take victory under the lights of Sakir Bahrain. So yeah, we're live. Race start at 2 o'clock, at 2:10. It's under the lights of Bahrain International Circuit. The short section, not the long section that will be done in the next Grand Prix. F2 race. I saw the sprint race earlier this morning, and Schumacher coming out with a 16 or 14 point advantage in the championship after a crazy race, and yeah, but still a number of drivers with an outside chance of clinching that one. And in terms of this Grand Prix, it's the usual suspects up top. We've got Hamilton on pole, Bottas second, but crucially for Red Bull, they've got Albon in fourth with Verstappen third, which means it could be a very good battle between Mercedes and Red Bull, as Red Bull are not trying to take Mercedes on with just one car. In fact, they're doing it with two. So as they do their end of races near before the Grand Prix. I'll give you the starting grid as well. Well, actually, before I do that, I will copy in the link as always. So if anyone wants to come on the show, they can. And let us know your predictions for this Grand Prix. Who do you think will come on top? So yeah, just so yeah. So obviously we had usual suspects fighting it out for pole position yesterday, and be interesting as well. The during this Grand Prix, it's still important Grand Prix in terms of McLaren, Renault, and Racing Point for that third spot. People might mention that Ferrari got a shot in after their very good performance in the Turkish Grand Prix, but they're qualifying 11th and 12th and not getting into Q3 just underlines the fact that I don't think they're quick enough to do that. So yeah, do forgive me though, but I've missed lunch, so I am having to eat whilst doing this. But yeah, hopefully as well is at the front of the grid, because now the championships are wrapped up. they can not have to worry about making. They can take more risks, not having to worry about the fact of one major mistake could ruin the championship chances, and they could be more taking risks, more daring moves, so more action on track. But like I said, with Red Bull third and fourth, it will be an interesting battle up front because it's be the strategy between both the Red Bull and the Mercedes. And then obviously we'll have the rest of the grid behind them fighting out for the rest of the grid to fight out fourth and below, unless there's a serious issue or a dramatic incident during the Grand Prix. It'll also be interesting in terms of the actual strategy as well, is that Bahrain last year, the year before, Bahrain's been known to have be very abrasive on the tyres because of probably the surface, track surface. Certain corners like turn 7, turn 12, where there's a lot of load on the tyre. It does mean that more tyre life is taken out of the tyres, so that means they won't probably be able to make them last into and make them last the one-stop strategy. I think they'll try initially because that's why Mercedes and Red Bull went through. I think they went through the second qualifying on the medium tyre, so they start on the optimum tyre. But yeah, I still think they'll probably end up doing 2 stops in this Grand Prix. But what I will do is I'll bring up the grid actually. How am I going to find this? So yeah, the starting grid: Lewis Hamilton on pole, as we know, with Bottas second, Max Verstappen third, and Albon in fourth. Perez with an outstanding result in qualifying to get fifth. Daniel Ricciardo and Esteban Ocon 6th and 7th. So Renault very well primed to capitalise and gain more points on Racing Point and McLaren. You've got Gasly in 8th, with the first of the McLarens in 9th with Lando Norris. Kvyat 10th. Hi George, nice to see you. Yeah, I'm having a good day. I hope you're having a good day as well. Be even better day if Arsenal can win this evening and Hamilton wins today. Sorry. right? Yeah, Danny Kvyat 10th. Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc 11th and 12th. So that's why I keep saying that Ferrari aren't really going to challenge for the third spot in the constructors. Lance Stroll, disappointing qualifying in 13th. That's not going to help. But what doesn't help McLaren's cause is the fact that Sainz ended up 15th after he couldn't set a lap time in Q2 with due to losing drive in the car. George Russell, an outstanding performance for 14th. Giovinazzi 16th with Kimi Raikkonen 17th. The two Hasses, another disappointing qualifying in a very disappointing season for the Haas team. Let's be honest. I mean, 2 seasons ago they were very good place to be best of the rest, and now last season and now this season the car's been really poor. Hopefully it'll happen, but I hope that it'll be a good race, be a good entertaining Grand Prix. All gloves are off. Like, don't have to worry about the championship no more. We can all go out and race properly. Race without having to think about the championship. Bringing up the rear is Latifi. And actually, Latifi shown this season, George Russell again, clearly out qualifying Latifi. Does it really mean that Latifi should be replaced by one of the F2 stars like Schwartzman, like Ilott, like Mazepin, to give Williams a more challenging teammate to George Russell? Or is George Russell just too good for Williams and he should be getting into a better team? The unfortunate thing for George Russell, as I've said before, he's in a Williams that can't show the talent he's got. So all he can do is just outdo his teammate, and that's what he's done consistently throughout his F1 career. His qualifying records, I think he's on the longest streak. He's on the record for like the longest streak, not top of the records, but one of the top 5 for a lot. One of the top 5 of the longest streaks to go in terms of consecutive beating your teammate in qualifying consecutive races. So if you can get what I'm saying, if not, don't worry about it. I'm completely screwed up. And I mean, people say it's been like just a sort of boring season, knowing that for Mercedes dominated. But you look at some of these races here, like Mercedes have dominated most of the races, but it hasn't been without its incidents as well. And I mean, but even then, you've got like that Turkish Grand Prix was unbelievable. Yeah, it had the same winner in the end, but like if you watch the highlights, it would probably be about a 15-minute, a 15-minute sort of show on the highlights. You've got the Italian Grand Prix. I think the Russian Grand Prix was also a decent one as well. There's been a number of standout performances during this season. I mean, that first race in Austria, the first race of the season, was a thrilling race. The fact that Mercedes had technical issues of their own, and that Hamilton having to making contact with Albon and denying Albon a podium. I'll be back in a minute. Oh, sorry about that. We'll be back now. Let's go, Hamilton. Hannah, nice to meet you again. As I said, anyone who does want to come on, the link's in the chat. Here it is. As we bring you the starting grid for this race. Hamilton first, Bottas second. The two Red Bulls of Verstappen and Albon. Then Perez in fifth. Ricciardo sixth with Ocon seventh. So good result. Could be a good result for Renault in terms of third spot. Gasly eighth. Norris ninth. Kvyat in 10th. The two Ferraris bringing up 11th and 12th. Then Stroll. Then Russell. Then Sainz. Then Giovinazzi. His teammate Kimi Raikkonen in 17th. The two Hasses in 18th and 19th. And bringing up the rear of the grid once again is Nicholas Latifi in 20th. Who is again outperformed by his teammate George Russell. So, as we get prepared for the drivers now prepared for the formation lap. Is lit, and the commentator just literally just said what I have probably said for the last week or two. What is the Hamilton got left to prove? Right, to prove that he's one of the probably or statistically the greatest. We can now actually say statistically he is the greatest driver that's ever raced in Formula One. Right. So yeah, what has he got left to prove? So yeah, but race is about to start any minute now. Technically, it starts at the formation lap. Technically, under the regulations. So the two Mercedes on the more durable medium tyre, as actually most of the rest of the grid is, which just shows how abrasive and how worried they are about the tyre life of these tyres. Like I said, they'll try and probably stretch it to one stop. If they cannot, it probably will be a two stop as they pull away for the formation lap now. Formation lap yet? Yeah. They are. This is formation up the top, Mum. Right. Well, we'll also do, obviously, we've got Man United on the other channel during this Grand Prix.
Okay.
Give me a second. So yeah, temperature 26 degrees. Right. Oh, I wish it was 26 degrees here. Track temperature 28. We've got 28. 66% humidity. 20% chance of rain. I know. Here's the desert. There you go. Be very surprised. It would be a first for the Bahrain Grand Prix. But yeah, like I said, I will be keeping an eye on Southampton versus Man United whilst this is going on. So, holding up the whole lot. Yes. So here we go. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. Hamilton gets a really good start by Hamilton. By Bottas under pressure. It's actually Perez coming down to the inside, but Verstappen will get round into second. Then Albon in third. Then it looks like Bottas has dropped all the way back behind the Renault. And there's that damage. Oh, it's a massive action. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whoa, 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 whoa. Red flag. Oh my God, there's a fire. There's a fire. Right. Whoa, 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 whoa. We'll have to watch that back. But wow. There's a red flag immediately. There's an immediate red flag. I don't think it's the driver actually has caught fire because carbon fiber takes forever to burn. But it must have hit something that's caused an explosion or something. There you go. He's well protected with fireproof clothing. This fireproof clothing can take about 1.5 minutes for him to get to burn through and get to him. So bear with us. But it was an almighty crash, and we saw another driver go off to the left. So there's been a contact at the back. But I will bring you up the when I get the full confirmation of the lights out. That the sparks aren't the problem. Sparks have always been a problem. The trap rods, because the car's always designed like along the bottom. Looks like Sainz has got a problem with his front wing. Whether he Lando Norris, sorry, whether he was involved, I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I'll have to watch back on the replay. So the safety car will go through the pit lane. Hamilton in first, Verstappen second, Perez third, Albon fourth, Ricciardo fifth, Bottas has dropped all the way back to sixth, Gasly seventh, Ocon eighth, Norris ninth, and Leclerc 10th. Vettel down 15th. Right. Well, yeah, obviously it's a red flag. So hope everyone is okay. Yeah, as soon as I bring you news, I'm sure he is okay. Right, these cars are so safe. Right, they are one of the safe. They're probably the most safest cars you could probably jump into. Right, the amount of. Well, yeah, I mean, it takes a really, really serious freak accident to do real harm. Grosjean involved in that as well. He's apparently in a medical car right now. I don't know if that's the driver who's hit the wall. Yeah, it's Roman that hit the wall. He's okay. Right, everyone is okay. But yeah, serious accident. He must have. He must have. No, I don't think it was. Cool. Yeah, very gingerly walking Grosjean out of the car. But yeah, it's not. I don't think it's the fuel that caught fire because that's very protected as well. He's probably hit something on the back of the because the fire looked like at the back of the wall, not in front of the wall. So I think he's hit something. But they've got a stretcher up with someone on the Grosjean. Yeah, he's walked to it, so I don't think he's injured in that sort of way. But yeah, he's okay. He's okay. Right, I'd be a bit gingerly if I got out a car like that. So, all right, Chris.
I got here, witnessed that. Bloody hell.
You seen the start?
Yeah. I got two things on at once.
I want to try and get a replay to sort of dissect what's gone on, but at least everyone's okay for now. Right.
I thought it was a Williams driver at first, but then realised it was Grosjean.
Yeah, I mean, there was Lando Norris picked up damage at some point. And then sort of towards the back of the field, as they're all tightly packed together, someone's probably misjudged the size of someone's car and just come across. They say Kvyat might have come across at an angle, which is probably what's caused it. I'm not sure, but you'd have to look at a replay.
But pretty shocked me that.
Yeah, well, Kvyat's now.
Because when I saw that happen, I was like, red flag, pretty red flag it now.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously you see something like that, it's got to be a red flag straight away. You got to make sure. But it's like I said, these cars are these cars are designed not to catch fire and they take ages to burn through. and then the actual fireproof clothing themselves, it takes over a minute to burn through that as well. So it's all made to, right. So Bottas has a dreadful start. Perez nearly gets himself up into second. So, but yeah, and then want to see the back of it. Yeah, the Ferrari makes contact with the McLaren. Car goes wide, and oh,
I thought, oh, fucking hell.
holy shit! It's a car. He's just gone straight across Daniel Kvyat and taken himself out. The car's gone through the barrier. And fucking hell. He is a lucky boy. That is a very lucky boy. Right. And like I said, that's obviously it'd take over a minute to burn for the fibre clothing, but if he was out for the count, God knows what would have happened. Right. But it was his own fault. I mean, it's his own fault because look at that, the car's in half. The wall was teared that car in half. I've never seen. First time I've probably seen, not even Bianchi's accident. I've seen a car, F1 car, come in half like that. But yeah, but all I had to do is be 1 inch further to the right. If it went any further to the right, it would have teared the driver in half as well.
Oh, God.
Yeah, well,
every time I see it, it makes you feel sick sometimes.
well, yeah. So, but like I said, but then again, once it shows how safe things are these days, and to like for people that get shocked, it's Jesus Christ.
It's quite a goody thing, isn't it? Quite a barrier.
We could be sitting here for a while, you know. They got to repair that barrier, you know. Well, there's no way they're going to be able to fix that barrier.
Because otherwise, oh my God, there's a wheel. Fucking
Yeah,
hell.
there's one wheel that's decided.
It's like, oh
Christ. Oh my God, that's like that.
Oh.
His headrest is in between the barriers. The halo's gone. The halo's. Fuck the halo.
Bloody hell. He's one lucky boy.
It was the halo. I think the halo is probably the saving. Actually, I think the halo is probably a saving grace here.
Because like back in the old days where we didn't have that, that'll be you done. Well,
yeah, like I said,
well,
anyone wants to share their opinion on this, obviously, like I said, this is the whole point of Formula One. That's why it's dangerous on every ticket, right? This is the risk they take, and you just got to think. Right, back in the '60s, this happened on a regular basis with worse results. So, and like people, I don't. What winds me up with some people is like when they go on about, oh well, they shouldn't run it if it's so dangerous. So, motorsport in any sort of form is dangerous. Rally car, truck, right? Any sort of racing is going to be dangerous. Right? There's always going to be a level of risk. Right? And you ask any driver, right? Yeah, the things are so safe. Even today, they will still say you got. This is why when I see Verstappen, for example, break
Right.
break yellow flags, right, to try and get pole position, though he already had pole position in Mexico last year, right? If you remember that, don't you remember that, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember that.
that's why I get really, really, really sacked off, especially when the only time you get punished is because he said something in the press conference and made it sound like a joke. This is why you follow the rules. This is why you respect the safety and the rules, right? So this doesn't happen.
Probably the worst cross of the season, that.
I have no idea how that barrier is meant to tear that in half. Yeah.
Kvyat touched him, didn't he? But that was Corzon's fault.
Yeah, well, you can't really blame Kvyat on that one.
I touched Corzon.
Kvyat's just minding his own business and he's cut straight across him. How has he not seen that Kvyat was there? I don't know.
And another wheel went off as well.
Right, we'll watch that Grosjean. Oh my god, I don't want to see this camera.
This is the worst through ever.
Yeah. Right, so he comes around here, mind his own business here. Now, right, so I can see why he wanted to go down there. And, we stopped the camera there, so I don't think we want to see the rest. Like I said, the fireproof, the headrest, the halo, that's, right. Have it. Yeah, he's fine, to be honest. He's actually, he's gone on a stretcher, but he was gingerly. You can see, look, he gingerly gets out the car straight away, right? Because to get out the car, you need to be out of the car within a certain time, right? In certain, so for these certain situations, right, you have a time period. But basically, when they go under scrutineering to meet the safety standards, one of the safety standards is, this is where they had the debate with the halo: how quickly can they get out of the car? So if a situation like this happens, how quickly can they get out of the car? Right, and they have a certain limit. I think it's a minute. They've got to be out by the car within a minute. Basically, how long the fireproofs will last. So if the car does catch fire, right, unless they're fully unconscious, they should be able to get up and get out. But then if they're unconscious and the car's on fire and they're still there should usually be a fire marshal straight away with an extinguisher. It's not like back in, say, where like Lauder's era, where you were going down a track that you can't marshal. You can't. There's no fire marshals because it's so long, right? And the car's so vulnerable that if you do crash, most likely chances you'll hit. You'll be knocked out or killed. So, I mean, back in the 50s, early 60s, they would prefer you be flung from the car. They didn't wear seatbelts. Even though by 68 they put seatbelts in the car, they would rather be thrown from the car, as they might have a better chance of surviving. There's like one instances where one car was literally, back in the 50s, was flipping around and round and round and round and round and round, and the guy fell out as it was rotating, and he got up and walked out. That's how amateurish it was back then. And you got to think that used to be on a weekly basis, or nearly every race you'd see something like that. So It's actually, I think it was on a documentary I watched called. It was back when they celebrated the 60th anniversary of the F1 Championship, which was 2010, and they it was a documentary called Grand Prix the Killer Years. If you look it up on Google, you can find a website where you can watch it, right? And it really just exposes the sort of the reasons why we have regulations in terms of why. Look at that, fucking hell. Jesus. See, look, you see that? Look at that carcass of that car. See that what's intact is, despite everything else being fucked, literally fucked. Right? Despite all that, that car has managed to keep the structure of the cockpit intact. Right? Because punching through the cockpit is like trying to climb Mount Everest, right? With no equipment. It's like virtually impossible. You'd have to literally. You have to literally do something extraordinary. Like a bomb would have to go off to try and separate it, compared to what the rest of the car does. See, look, the actual, it's its own sort of coffin in a casing, so that way the structure of the cockpit stays intact. That's why when we saw Hubert's accident, it was actually so shocking to see that cut in half.
Kimi Raikkonen mind his own business.
Right, he looks fine. Yeah, like I said, he got out of the car gingerly. Obviously, go off for checks. He'll probably have bruising, probably more bruising than anything. But it's one of those that's despite the safety we have now in our days, that's what they accept when every time they get in that car. Sharp reality is, as though people don't like thinking about it, is that once they get in that car and they drive out, right, they have to accept there is a sort of small percentage that won't come back.
Oh,
that's all part of
but Bantu FC are back.
What's that?
Bantu FC are back. 2-0 Southampton.
Are they?
Yeah, they just made it 2-0.
I'm following it on my phone, right? So I'm a bit behind. Right, and they're 1-0 up at the minute. A mate of mine, I was going to try and keep an. Hang on. It's not a stupid move, Marcus. It's not. It's not a stupid move, right? There's a gap. I'm sorry, right? He's looking at the situation in front of him. He's catching the guys in front of him. There's a gap down the inside. He doesn't see anyone to his right. So your natural instinct. Oh, yeah, because now it's 2-0. I saw the free kick. But yeah, he sees the situation on his side of the track, right? He doesn't see anyone on his right hand side because the mirrors are so shit, right? But they can't make him any bigger. So from what he's saying, thinking, if I go down the inside of here, I'll take all three of them, which he's quite in his rights to do. Unfortunately, he hasn't seen Kvyat there because he can't see him. Yeah, so as he's come across, he's caught him. It's not a stupid move. It's the move you probably would make if you're trying to take the three drivers you are catching in front of you.
Yeah, I can see what he was trying to do towards on.
You can see what he's trying to do. He's catching those three guys in front of him. Right? If you can't see, he's catching them three guys in front of him, and you haven't got the opportunity to go down the inside. Right? I'm sorry. If you can't see that, then you obviously can't see what an F1 driver sees. Because to me, if I was him, I'd do exactly the same as that situation. I thought, there's a gap here, I'm going to go then. Right, go for it.
It's just one of them unfortunate things.
Plus,
This
at the back of the grid. Plus, they're at the back of the grid as well, so you go for it, don't you? Why not? It's the whole point of racing. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to see Kvyat and beside him because he's not in the right camera angle. He's not in the right angle to see him in the mirror. Because they haven't got like rear mirrors, have they? You only got side mirrors, and have you seen them? They're about that fucking small and that
small.
Shite. I remember when they adjusted them in 2010 because some people were trying to do it just to get an advantage in terms of aerodynamics. So they stepped up. No, they've got to be able to see, be able to see to the left and the right of them. But even when they adjusted them, it was like, what's the point? Shite. Right, it's like Stevie Wonder trying to look. It's like Stevie Wonder trying to look left and right. It ain't gonna work.
And there's really no point of trusting them with them because they'll still be pretty shite and small.
God, how long this is gonna take ages, man?
45 minutes, it said, didn't it?
But the thing is, as well, people then will mind. No, because I remember when it happened in the British Grand Prix, right, and people were like taking the piss and joking about, oh, why is it taking so long because of a stupid barrier? There's only one break in a barrier. Well, can we just get on with it? And I'm like, well, why happens if someone hits that barrier again?
Then the race would have to be abandoned.
If you see where that is, if he hits that barrier again, he don't go through one barrier.
It does,
right? Yeah. He goes through the second barrier and the marshal's post, and everyone in the marshal's post behind him. You're then putting people behind that at risk.
As for yourself, you'd be pretty deed probably. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Where is he? There he is. Fucking hell. He's in the right. Do you think he's in the right? Look at that. Look at the safety of that fireproof. Right? Right? Because he was in the middle of all that. And not even, it doesn't, the fireproof's not like it's even been through like what you go for a toaster. See, he has an opportunity to go down the inside. He's not going to be able to see he's not going to be able to see Kvyat in that move. I'm sorry. If you expect him to see Kvyat in that move, you might as well get Stevie Wonder to drive the car. You know what I mean? It's just, there's no way. There's no way he's going to be able to see Kvyat. George Russell had a bad start, as well as Vettel. And that's the thing as well. The guys in front of them, they've hit each other, so they've slowed down. So that's why he was gaining on him. So it's not a stupid move. That tyre has gone. There's another tyre that's gone to the other side of the circuit.
Pretty hell. That didn't taste someone out.
It's not split in half. It's split until but what's left is the actual coffin of the cockpit. He's in the middle of that. This is why like they're just saying on the commentary, this is why they to perform extraction tests, fireproof tests, right? So you're outward, so you can get out of the car before those fireproofs burn through into your skin, into your body, right? That is why they do it. I think his hand's going to be a little bit burnt on that one. Something tells me he's going to need a power unit replacement. That's Tom. Tom. I did so check on the United side as well. Yeah. Damn, Southampton are different grade. Wayne, are you high again? Nah, he's not. Do you think any team fears this United? No. I mean, fuck's sake, Arsenal win 1-0 at Old Trafford. I mean, seriously. It's like anyone fearing Arsenal at the Emirates. It's nah.
Fair play to Southampton, though.
Oh, I see what they're doing here. They're removing part of the barrier and putting some red and white polystyrene barriers there. No, they can't. No, they're just putting it where there's a hole. Mum, you said yeah, but we've seen nautical cars hit those Armco barriers, and there's not been a problem. Yeah, well, Monaco's aligned with Armco barriers. They're aligned with those barriers all the time, apart from little in the corner key areas where there's that shock absorbing.
Yeah.
Wall. Here you go. Look. Here we go. Look. Here is that. Here's that.
F1 death.
Come here, you. Here you go. Here you go. It's not for you. What was that one? You quite happy there? Hey? Yeah. Hello.
White Teens on. White Teen is in the studio.
Who's on?
White Teen in the studio for the Super Sunday.
Oh, God.
Obviously, it's not half time yet.
Yeah, Wayne, if you're still on, like, come on the chat, man. Marcus, why? Come on. I know why you're not coming on anymore. I know why.
Oh, it's just a Lewis Hamilton debate.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but you get. I'm sorry, stupid move. Right? No. If you can clearly explain that, if he could see the AlphaTauri, I get your point.
But he couldn't. That's the thing.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I honest to God, Hamilton would have done the same thing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Hamilton would have done the same thing because he wouldn't have seen the AlphaTauri and he would have seen them closing down on them three drivers. Right?
Or we can easily get Peter one.
Oh, yeah, where is he? Come on. You're running your mouth all the time. Right? You better turn up on Tuesday evening then, if he only does the evenings. I can't wait. Right. Of course there's no fit of Danny Kvyat. How are you supposed to fault him on that? Well, yeah, there's contact between
Stroll and Ferrari, I think.
yeah, Stroll one's wide. What's he trying to do here? Right. Or maybe he was closing on the 3 drivers in front. He wanted to go down the inside. Yeah. But he's gaining on his teammate and the 2 drivers up front, so he's going to try and go for the gap alongside his teammate. Oh, obviously. I mean, if it weren't, do you know what? That's probably why. This is why when they sort of really took scientific levels of safety after '94, because we had that horror weekend in Imola. Because it weren't just Barrichello broke his nose, literally taking off into the barriers. Then Roland Ratzenberger the next day, then Senna on the day after. So all those, and then a massive accident with another driver in Monaco, right, where he went literally about 180 mile an hour out of the tunnel into the wall. So the Roman's been taken by helicopter to the hospital. But those 4 instances, it really just summed up that year. It really just summed how they weren't using the technology that's there to make F1 safe. So they try and take it to a scientific level. And if it probably wasn't for those instances in '94, we probably wouldn't have the safety we have now. Look at that. Still, look, I say again, the carcass of the tyre, the carcass of the car, the shell, the actual shell of the car that keeps of the cockpit is still intact, even though it's gone through a metal Armco barrier. And that's what keeps the driver alive. Right? It's like having it's a massive shock absorbing carbon fibered coffin that you can't punch through. What? No. It's been racing all season. Yeah. Right. Thanks, and that's probably also thanks not just to the FIA at the time, who I think. Have you seen a film called Life on the Limit? Life on the Limit.
No, I don't think they have.
It's about like safety and F1 through the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. It's just a film on a documentary film on F1. It's about 10 quid or something like that you can buy. And it's got Emerson Fittipaldi, it's got all these big name drivers talking about F1. And Max Mosley was on the grid the day Jim Clark died, and he said when he would talk about the FIA back in the day, they would say, if you think it's too dangerous, drive slower. That's their attitude back then. Right, instead of we need to make it safer, it's down to the drivers. Right, so he said at that time, if we did not, he said, if I'm come on, Yeah. What am I saying? Yeah, if he became the president FIA, right, Matt? Yeah, if he became the president of the FIA, he would do something about it. And that's when he was president of the FIA in '94 when Senna died. And that's with him and Sid Watkins. That's what they created in terms of safety. And look at the safety we have now. Matt, yeah, I know you're following the Man United game. Right? How's sure you don't want to stop and watch the F1? I mean, we've been sat for 30 minutes. I think it's been more exciting than your football.
I'm actually watching the curling World Cup at the moment. That's how boring the game is.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, first lap, massive accident with Grosjean, gone through the Armco barrier and literally has torn the car. And the only thing left really of the car is the cockpit shell that keeps the driver safe. Car catches fire because of the fuel, fully fuel load, and I think he's probably going to have a bit of a burnt hand, but because he was stuck in there for a while, but got himself out in time.
What's is it still on pause at the moment? Have they restarted?
It's still on second lap at the minute because they're having to replace the barrier in case something happens again.
It's going to be a late one.
Well, technically first up. Technically.
So, but yeah, I think the main thing, as always, is that the driver's okay.
Yeah. Like you said, the cockpit is the safest place, isn't it? Nothing can penetrate.
Oh, yeah. The safest place to be in an F1 accident is the cockpit of the car.
You don't want to be on the wing, do you? On the bumper, that's for sure.
No, I mean, you don't even want to be like surrounded, like by the wall or like not in the car.
Well, we've seen accidents, haven't we, in the past where people have, been drove into and stuff. Horrible to see. So glad everybody's safe. Everybody. Right?
Yeah. So, but I think he's going to need more than a power unit replacement on this one.
So would you out now, like completely?
What's that?
Like, he's going to be. He won't be able to compete now.
It depends on the injuries. If he probably going to be a bit ginger and he was walking gingerly, so he managed to get himself out of the car quickly.
It's shock though, isn't it, Stephen? Shock. Like, even though he's fit, knows he's safe, it's still a shock of, hurting him.
Well, yeah, but then whenever they go out, they know there's a good chance. There's always a chance that can happen.
Of course.
So that's why there's certain sort of, unless he's unconscious, there's regulations for him to be able to get out quickly enough. That's what these cars go under strict regulations, regular tests for.
Yeah, the halo side again.
Yeah, I think the halo played a massive part in it because, like I said, the cockpit casing, the halo still intact. It stopped him hitting his head on the barrier, which has caused problems before.
I guess you've got to be careful, like it's like in football as well. When like players have had injuries and or head injuries and they're taken off, and then like a few hours later they die, like because you know what I mean.
I think he would just probably. I think his more hands are going to be burnt because he's had to try and climb out the car quickly, and he's had to put his hands down on the surface and that. But I think he might have bruising afterwards. But next week, I would be a bit surprised. I would be surprised if he doesn't not race next weekend.
He'd have to drive everything, Stephen, like that.
Yeah, probably have to. Yeah, but use wooden sticks for the accelerator and the brake, and use feet for the steering wheel. But Yeah, so yeah, like I said, he'd probably be hurt in some places, but I'd be very surprised if he doesn't race next race.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Vettel start it because he had a poor start. Started 11th, now down in 15th, and I think there's contact with one of the McLarens.
Chris, you think he's going to be out longer, didn't you?
What's that?
Yeah. I didn't think he'll be ready for the next race because it just depends on injuries, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, a burnt hand, that's going to be that might affect him. Doesn't matter. Moving the wheel and all that. Yeah. But hopefully, speedy recovery and he can wait in the next race.
Yeah, I think they're also with the next Grand Prix is going to be quite interesting as well because they've got they're racing at the same circuit. They're using the longer section.
Yeah.
Right, which was only used once because it was pretty shit, to be honest. It's just that at that time, I don't know why they bothered doing it. Like, I don't know why they bothered doing it in the end because all it did was just add lap time. It didn't really make the racing any better.
Well, to be honest, they do need double weekends in the same country just because of what's happened and all that with the circumstances we're living in. And some countries are obviously affected and they can't go there because it's easy everyone they're affected. But
well, yeah, I think it was just a quick. It's just a quick way of sort of getting a season, some sort of season done. Because obviously at the time they didn't know how many races they would be able to do. So be able to get 17 races for a season, given everything that's gone on, is pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
Like I was saying at the start, before the season, they already had 10 confirmed, and I was like, that's not enough. I was like, if they didn't hit the 15 race mark, then I think that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, people say 15 is short, but it used to be 16 races, like usually every year. Now they've talk about 23 next year, and I think 23 next year is going to be I think it's just being too much, right? Because
it's just a power unit. How they?
I don't think it's that. I mean, there is a general argument saying they can quite easily probably give them another power unit. That's not a problem. But my issue is logistics because some of the motorhomes and stuff like that, they have to be in a Pacific continent to be able to get it there on time. In terms of as well as other parts as well. So the logistics of it, he's expecting it to be like NASCAR. Well, NASCAR does it around one country. You're asking F1 to do the same around the whole fucking globe. I'm sorry, at the point it gets too much.
I hate NASCAR, mate. I hate NASCAR. Sorry.
I don't get NASCAR. It just goes one in one.
What can you do? So boring, going round and around. It's like chariot racing in the Roman day.
Yeah, I don't get it as well. Oh yeah, we do have 100 miles a race. That's because you are literally just slipstreaming each other all the time. Right? Well, it's not exactly like you're going around a circuit, are you? It's not exactly you're doing anything. Right? It's not like you're having to brake, clip the apex, right? Control the wheel spin, right? And manage your tires or anything like that. You literally just go around in a loop, right? Doing flat out, right? And yeah, there is probably a bit of challenge to it, but I bet if you've given anyone probably a year or two in it, or a year, they could do the same, which is literally just keep it flat out and try and control it with your hands, because that's all they're doing, really. I don't know why they have a brake pedal, to be honest.
I would rather watch paint dry than watch NASCAR, to be honest.
What's that?
I've rather watched paint dry than watch bloody NASCAR, to be honest.
I'd rather watch paint. Yeah, I'd rather watch after paint dried. I'd just rather watch paint. It's more boring. It's going to take 10 years to change a different color when you redo it. I'd rather watch that.
I don't get if there is a certain skill to it, then yeah, please let us know. So I haven't got a clue. I think probably the skill is how to out drag and then use the slipstream of the guy in front.
Yeah, I don't agree with it having skill really. I mean, yeah, you've got to be a good driver to drive a car fast and drag around a track like that, of course. But it's kind of boring. It's boring. Like, if they had a little bit more of a track around a little bit differently, then like the skill in the driver, you know what I mean? But the skill of a driver just going round in one circle, that's not skillful for me. And I'm roller skating, you know what I mean? Like, and that used to just go around as well. I didn't used to think that I was skillful just because I went around in a circle. It's when they said stop in the skating rink and then turn back that way. You know what I mean? That was the skill. Like, they don't do that with NASCAR. They don't say, right, stop the car, turn it around, go back around.
I don't know, Matt. Would you watch NASCAR at a minute rather than Man United at Southampton?
No, I'd rather watch Man United lose 10-0. And that could happen as well.
Yeah.
Hey, don't get funny, Stephen, because we'll blame later, all right?
It's all right. I know we're shit.
Well, we both agree with something there. That's good. We're both shit, mate. We're both shit. Oh, Cavani's coming on, just to let you know.
Yeah, but there's a lot of G-force in F1.
G-force?
Yeah, there's a lot of G-force in Formula 1, and actually more in Formula 1 than most other sports. I think that actually G-force is you get the most G-force in Formula 1 because the amount of load you can put on and the amount of downforce you can put on the car.
Wasn't that a gardening show on BBC, G-force? That's about as fast as NASCAR goes. Talented movement.
See Alan Titchmarsh in the back of it's Alan Titchmarsh next to Hamilton in the Mercedes.
But to be honest, the Darden show, whatever it is, Alan Titchmarsh does, probably more entertaining than putting NASCAR.
He plants.
If anyone does want to join, here's the link. I think you said Cavani's coming on. That's it. Cavani's coming on now. He'll be scoring bangers.
Yeah, well, maybe own goals as bangers, you mean, yeah? I don't know. Man United haven't been good today, mate, to be fair. I don't like to talk about much about it at the moment. But, everyone's like, you'll come back in it. Man United never do come back 2-0 down usually. Back in the day, maybe, but these days.
Right, so the barrier's been rebuilt with
Red and white polystyrene.
Yeah, polystyrene barriers. They could it anyway. But yeah. Yeah, Mum. Right, so yeah, we've got the red polystyrene barriers being replaced there. What's left of the car has been put back on the back of the pickup. And yeah, hopefully the restart shouldn't be too far away now. Van der Mader. So yeah, just I think that it caught the medical team by surprise with that sort of accident. But Hey, at least it ain't like the football. And they're gonna have stoppage time. Imagine the stoppage times. This was a football match. Jesus, they probably just bother. They just pull it off.
Well. To be fair, we do have VAR, don't we? Test it all the time.
Yeah, but this takes the biscuit.
They should have like penalty shootout, like the Formula One cars. They have to like both race each other along the grid. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, like as like a sort of playoff or something like that. You know, yeah, playoffs would be good, wouldn't it? Formula One playoff. Just two cars racing each other. Great.
so.
Right. Say Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg, they had a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, Austria
I think
2016 when Rosberg passed into him. that was on the final lap.
Gunther Steiner is just speaking to the medical doctor, and and they just stop the microphone. And typical Gunther Steiner, as he does in F1, drives to survive. Just wearing his bloody head off. He's a character. I love him. He's just one of those guys that don't give a fuck.
I wonder what Kimi Raikkonen's doing at the moment.
Probably having an ice cream.
Well, where are they? Where held the Grand Prix today?
Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Yeah, it's even 20% chance of rain.
They got every sort of weather, Bahrain.
Well, no, it was one of the. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not even going to acknowledge the joke because it's just.
You didn't like the Morpay one, you know?
Yeah. As long as you're kicking him up the backside, I don't care. But yeah, I think with the Bahrain Grand Prix, I mean, one of the practice sessions there was actually rain there.
If you haven't already, guys, I did a vlog with Prime last night, just talking about life in general and like mental health and all that. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out.
Oh, cool! That's a pleasant topic.
Well, we didn't want to go into it, England, do you know what I mean? But like we did, and then I found out something from Prime that I didn't realise. Yeah, it's good. It's interesting.
For all those guys who want something deep.
It's deep, but it's not like we don't both cry and we're not getting out the Kleenex. You know what I mean? It's still banter. You know what I mean? No, there was no Pornhub involved, so don't you Nick joke, all right?
It's for the fun. I don't need Pornhub. I just got the hospital.
Steve, where is Anthony anyway?
What?
Anthony, where's Anthony? Where's Anthony at these days?
Anthony Herbert.
Yeah, he comes on here. Bristol.
Yeah. He's he'll probably be on tonight, to be honest.
Oh, he will be. Yeah,
He's still been around, right? I hope so. Yeah, he's love it, right?
I really do like his accent. It's really, really nice. I like it.
There is a racing like there is a racing line. It just goes round. Honestly, it's just oh, that was the one before. A lot of so yeah.
A lot of people. It's not NASCAR, is it? Jesus.
No, there is there is IndyCar can get a bit because they actually do go around circuits, right? But I've seen them when they do the Austin, Texas Grand Prix. They actually, even though they don't actually do the corner and actually just run wide off the corner, right? They're still about 5 seconds slower than an F1 car, right? So they've had to use all the circuit and extra.
So it's slower. The fastest is Formula One. That's why it's called Formula One. So how can they, having G-force, be more faster than? Well, I'm glad you agree with that, mate. I'm not saying it's.
Yeah, I mean NASCAR, they build it up. So just, do you know what? I love the whole fucking preview bit. Like they would make it such a big thing, like introducing the drivers with a big show and everything like that. And then they just come in a circle. I'm like, what?
Mate, America do that with everything, like the NFL. They made it out.
I mean, like the halftime performance during an NFL match. Like, you imagine that it was Britain and it was a football. Well, oh, shut up, mate. You want to watch the fucking 30?
It's like when they play this.
If I wanted to watch if I want to watch you sing, mate, I'll go to your fucking concert.
Yeah. Exactly. They have to have a halftime show just to make it interesting. Do you know what I mean? Like that.
Oh.
Final, it's just like, let's play the game. People chant. We have a few people waving a flag in the middle for about a minute or a half, and then they're off. Do you know what I mean? And it still gets what, 1 billion or 2 billion people watch that World Cup final, when the Super Bowl only gets about 100 million, and there's 300 million people in America. So bullshit to you, America. All right, you're not right. All right, all the Americans as well, because it's meant to be an American sport. Yeah, it's not as good as the World Cup or the Champions League as well. So they always make out it's the biggest sporting event every year around the world. Like, there are billions of people around the world. Like
the Indy 500, right? The only reason that's still probably got any relevance to me is it's like one of the triple crowns, which is the F1 title, the Indy 500. I can't remember what the third one is. What is the third one?
NASCAR.
No, I don't know what the third one is, please. I think it's winning the Monaco Grand Prix.
Is it not Red Bull stock kart racing?
What?
The Red Bull kart racing. You've seen that?
Probably not. Probably. No, but back in the day, there used to be a triple crown that only Graham Hill has done, which I think is the Monaco Grand Prix, the F1 title, and the Le Mans. Sorry, it's Le Mans, Indy 500, and the F1 title. Those were the triple crown, and only Graham Hill's done that. That's why Fernando Alonso went off to try and see if he could do it with Renault in IndyCar, but had no success. But Rashford should put a chance away.
Are you watching that as well? Are you?
Yeah, I've got that on my phone as well.
But yeah, I'm trying to walk between three things: Southampton Man United, F1, and bloody Taro versus Doncaster.
Oh no! Oh god! What's up, Matt? I'm a bit behind. So.
I just missed. I missed Ground Force this morning, Alan Titchmarsh. I'm so annoyed with myself. Sorry, that was all it was all about.
Yeah.
Come on, Carlisle. Get yourself back in it.
Carlisle? Who are they playing?
Yeah, Doncaster.
Doncaster?
Yeah, they're playing Doncaster in the FA Cup.
Yeah, they were 2-0 down at half time. The Paul won back. The Paul won back, so Carlisle's my local town, so...
Right, cool, gotcha, that's right.
Before people start calling me Crawley supporter.
Oh, don't.
Carlisle
say one little thing, and then that's it. You're no longer a supporter or something. Oh my god! Gavani skies it.
That's why I did that. And, yeah, you're a little bit lagging there.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, what you lot got to do to score a goal?
Make the goals bigger.
More than that.
And yeah, get some decent players. Now look, the mentality at Man United is just not there. It's the same thing with Arsenal.
I said when they got Cavani, I'm like, they're only doing that because they haven't got Sancho and they need a panic buy. So the board don't. It's so the board they don't, like the board don't get the heat.
Well, the amount of followers that he's got as well is mental, and that will just sell shirts.
Yeah, Cavani was not going to do anything for you lot.
Just make money on Twitter. That's about it.
Yeah. You might as well just bought him and said he's our new PR guy.
Basically, yeah. He might as well.
Well, he's not playing for us. He's just made a PR guy. Go buy his shirt.
Basically, yeah. And Uruguay, they've sold so many Man United shirts recently as well. I wonder why.
Yeah. I mean, it's like now Ozil. The only reason people Ozil's there is because people buy Ozil shirts.
And
like
Fortnite.
Oh, don't get me started. I'm still trying to find it. I'm still trying to see it. No, I'm not going to buy Fortnite and try and find him. I couldn't give a fuck. I'll probably get blocked from PlayStation Network.
Did you get your PS5?
What's that?
Did you get your PS5?
Yeah, I got it yesterday.
How was it? Better than the PS4?
Good. Yeah, it's really good. Obviously, I'm just transferring the data now. I think there's only certain parts of the FIFA in terms of save data you can transfer, which is like the career mode you can't transfer over. If that's the case, I've got to start that all over again.
Yeah, but do it.
Yeah, well, I was at the start of the season anyway.
Yeah, so you ain't got to catch up to. Yeah, it can take you very long, is it?
Yeah, and plus, like in terms of like stadiums, so what I do is like Championship, League 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Like,
Sorry.
You know like how like teams that like don't have their name grounds. Oh God, that would be the door. But yeah, like I said, is that a number of teams will won't have their
Come on, boys.
Yeah, a number of teams won't have their like stadium names or their stadiums, right? So what I do is they've already picked the stadium, so I just rename it in case they end up playing them in the cup or something.
You don't call it the Pornhub Arena, do you?
Nah.
Sponsored by Taxi.
Nah, it depends if I'm being really evil and I just put like players. I just swap all the players are from Tottenham and just put them at 40 overall, right? Just to make them go down the league.
You're playing God.
Depends how evil I want to be. Yeah, but then sometimes I like them there just so I can beat the living shit out of them in the Premier League.
Does anyone know what happened with Tyson last night? I didn't even watch it.
What's that?
Tyson fought last night, didn't he, for the first time?
Ended in a draw, didn't it? From what I saw.
I don't usually do live boxing. I don't usually do boxing, to be honest, sir.
I don't understand these YouTubers going into boxing now.
There's only one.
Yeah, do you know what it does? It gives them more fame and money. You know, that's all it does, really.
I'll tell you another thing, like why people do, because boxers actually talk to fans, like with cameras and that. It's really strange. Like they'll just walk up and just have a chat for a minute.
Well, it's like when KSI did it, and I'm like, well, why? Why do they beat the living crap out of each other just to make yourself popular?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, seriously, I don't get it. Right? It's just a waste of time. Waste of time. Right? And you're causing yourself injury for no reason. Really?
Imagine
if you're doing it just to get more fame and attention, then you actually are sad. Sad.
Yeah, imagine them against Tyson Fury or anti-trust you. They are winning their own food, I'm telling you.
Oh,
by doing that.
I can imagine anti-Joshua and KSI ruining
It won't be any more pretty face anymore. It'll be all
And I've never
blues
watched.
and all
I've
that.
never watched. And do you know what? I've never actually bought like a Skybox to watch it. I can never be asked. I just watched maybe like the highlights to see who's won.
It's basically
Maybe.
like paying £15 for the Premier League pay-per-view thing. Just don't do it.
Yeah,
They just want your money. That's all.
especially when you support Arsenal. Huh.
I wasn't even going to laugh at that because it was a true statement. Oh, now you're going back on it. All right.
Come on.
Boy, Stephen, yeah. That guy yesterday was definitely ads, mate. Guarantee, 100%.
Nah. Honest, I don't think it was, to be honest.
Mate, come on.
Yeah.
He left.
Where's,
And then they got...
where's this Peter Raymond like that keeps coming on every evening? Right? Guy keeps running his gums, right?
Mate, no, but ads was going. As soon as he came back, he's like, "What's happened, guys?" You didn't even ask him. He goes, "What's happened? Like, what happened here?" I'm like, "What do you mean, what happened here? If you didn't know what happened here, why are you asking what happened here?" Like, come on, man. Like, I wasn't watching it. I was at the shops.
I'm not accusing anyone of anything, so. Right.
Mate, I don't have to be a officer to see who that was, mate.
I'm not saying a word. Hey,
10 minutes ago.
We start.
I'm glad you did.
Well, no, 10 minutes. It will start in 15 minutes time. So yes, we finally get the racing back on the way.
Well, I've been on here for about an hour. No racing.
Well, it's not my fault you're always late.
No, I didn't say it. No.
No, he's late all the time, and then I say like, yeah, on night, and now you're live, just to give him a mind, make sure that I'm live and they can join whenever, right? And he's like, yeah, I'll be on in 10 minutes, and it's 20 minutes late, and he's still not here.
Because we were going 2-0 down.
Right.
You didn't.
I'm like, where the fuck are you? No, even before that, like in times before, like where are you? And he's like, oh yeah, give me 15 minutes. I'm still finishing up. I'm like, fucking hell. Right.
Hey, at least I make it. You still got to come on my show, sir. All right.
Whenever.
Both of you sort this out.
Yeah, maybe when Man United.
Other times are available.
No, this is staying on, Chris. Sorry, mate. Like, you've worn your Liverpool shirt every time I've been on in here. Have you worn anything else since? Like, what are you doing?
Oh, stand on here. Oh, there we go.
Fair play, though, mate. And Liverpool, yeah, it was a tough result yesterday.
Like I said, if Liverpool retain the title this season, this means a lot more, given the key injuries they've got and the competition is, I think, as well. I don't think the competition is there.
Of course, the fans could be back in stadiums as well.
Yeah.
To witness it.
I get that. Like, people say, "Oh, we can bring 2,000 fans back." Yeah. Well, if you actually wait a month or two, or till not even maybe even a month or 2 months, we could have all the fans there because we'll all have a vaccination. You know. So if you wait a little bit more longer, you wouldn't have to put lives at risk. Should that all be vaccinated? So, but if what I hope it does, it hopes out the smaller teams.
Agreed.
Because Arsenal can. I mean, Arsenal, Man United, the top 6, right, and the rest of the Premier League, right, they can manage with the Premier League money to get a buy. It's the lower teams that are going to struggle. They need it more than we do.
Yeah, 2,000 fans for my local town, Carlisle, does it up?
Well, there you go. I mean, well, it depends on the size of the stadium, I think, as well.
it's normally a 10,000 stadium,
Mm.
but they usually get 2,000 in anyway. They don't really fill out the whole stadium.
But it's like I said, it's better than having no fans whatsoever.
I mean, Carlisle done well without them so far, but I think having fans in gives them the extra boost, step behind the team and all that.
Cars are to get in their correct grid position on the lap to the grid.
I've got to sort myself out for a second.
Right. Does that mean they go back to their original starting positions? No, right, because if they go back to the lap before, the lap before is the start of the race, which is what you usually do. You usually count back the lap before, right? Oh, well, that means the starting positions. Well, there's no other lap. There is no other lap. Yeah, so they will move her back into the lap. They came in on that lap as that. Gonna try and find out what they're gonna do in terms of the grid here.
It's just hope it's not another flat, so then.
Yeah, because they're all coming they're all coming in the positions that they were in when the red flag came out. Now, usually when they restart a race, they count back to the lap before. You're shaking your head, but that's what the rules state. Right. So either they're gonna do the count back, which will be the start of the race, right? Or they go in the positions they're in. Because the grid had pretty much sorted themselves out when the red flag came out.
Apparently, he's got broken ribs.
Oh, it was on.
What's that?
Apparently, he's got broken ribs.
Who? Grosjean.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So that'll be out. He'll be out. He'll be out for a little while.
Yeah, he'll be out for probably the rest of the season. She got Abu Dhabi at the end of it. That one, and that's it. But next race is also the end of the F2 Championship as well. With Schumacher with a 14-point lead over Ilott. Ilott with a big mistake in this morning's race. Right, put himself out the points. So, and sort of giving Schumacher an advantage, really. So it's very hard to bet against him.
Yeah. I think that's it now. Schumacher's won it. I think that mistake by Ilott has cost him.
Yeah, I think that's the pivotal point. Unless something dramatic happens.
Unless we have.
I mean,
yes, we have
F2. I mean, F2. Anything can happen, can't they? They're all the same cars, right? So, and this is why I say again, people that don't want to disrespect Hamilton, right? Turkey 2006 in F2 and GP2, all the same cars, by the way, right? Go and watch what he did at the start of the race, and go watch where he finished, because he spun at the start of the race, went back the grid, brought himself back up to the podium, right, and put himself and kept his title challenge very much like. Because when he spun out, everyone thought that was his chance. That he was going to lose the lead of the championship. right? And by the end of the podium, he was still in favourite, right? So these people that don't rate Hamilton, go watch that race, for example. Go watch the race he did in GP2, right, where he pretty much dominated.
Well, that's full time in the car all day.
You can dominate like Leclerc did, right? Like you can't judge Verstappen because he came straight from F3. Hamilton in F2, GP2 as he called it then. Leclerc as well. Like if you can dominate that formula before F1, then you're a serious driver. Because everyone should be just about the same level because they're all in the same car.
Cavani!
That tells me we got a more cheerful Matt now. I'm a little bit behind, but looks like there's an equaliser for Man United here.
What's the keeper doing?
Oh, it's terrible. No, it's not a bad punch, but it's just too low.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I see what you're saying now. It wasn't too bad, but yeah, he could have done a bit more. Oh, great goal. I mean, it wasn't like fantastic, but it was good awareness. Came in very fast. Well done, Cavani. I'm sorry for giving you stick earlier on.
Oh, no, I'm just watching it back now. By the way, if anyone wants to join in, links in the description. Marcus, come on, man. Right, where you been? Right, we know you're in the chat. Right,
Yeah, come on.
Right, we don't bite. For fuck's sake. Unless you talk shit.
Yeah, I was doing the old Trotter.
Honestly, mate, have a go. Like.
I had a right arm before I came on TV. So clean off.
I'm way behind here. Look, I'm way behind. Let's see if I can forward this a little bit. Right. Here we go. As I
To be honest, I expected Man United to win anyways. Yeah,
I mean, I'm surprised they're struggling against Southampton.
Southampton have been amazing though recently, even without
Danny Ings.
Yeah.
Be interesting what tyre they go on here as well. I'll probably be sticking on the same tyres anyway.
Yeah, it's been 1 year though since Southampton lost 9-0 to Leicester.
They've made a transformation in that game, haven't they? They went to Man City, didn't they? The game straight after that game, only just got 2-1, right? And then it's been
that's when we won 2-1 at Aston Villa. Yeah, that year turnaround. Yeah, I was looking at my phone saying,
cars are to get into their correct position on lap to the grid. Yeah, so Bottas will go back. Bottas will go back to second.
That doesn't make sense for me. Oh. That's mad. Wait for Max Verstappen to start moaning. It's crazy.
Well, hang on. Yes, they're going back to good position. That's what I said. They go back to the lap before. And because there was no lap before, because it was the start of the race, they go back to their good positions.
Why don't they just restart the race from the pole positions that they had?
Because the lap wasn't completed, they have to go back to the last lap that was completed.
Yeah, I know, but like...
And because there was no lap completed at that time, It-
Came in on that too.
well, hang on.
It's not like there's anyone racing for anything. I mean,
Right.
Hamilton won it.
It's not going to affect anything. He still needs a pit stop and all
Hang
that.
on.
Indeed.
There'll be a standing start. But hang on. No, they're not going out to the grid.
Well, what's Bottas doing?
Is Bottas going second or what?
I think they should.
I think they're taking the position from where they were at the time of the accident.
I think the racers should all get out their cars and do a lap around and try and beat each other to get in pole position. You know what I mean? Like with the helmets on as well. Like, I think that'd be very funny. And they're allowed to shake each other down and tap them. Like, oh, Hamilton's taken over. Oh, he's pinned him down and he's running on.
Yeah, so they're doing it from corner one.
But I thought Bottas was safe. I'm sure he was safe, Bottas.
Yeah, Albon got past him after turn one. Right. Yeah, they're doing it after turn one. It's after turn one. Oh, but a standing start. Fucking. You're not going to just do it on the safety car. Yeah, so they're doing it from their positions from turn one onward. And that turn one, he was fourth. So that's what I can work out. So
well, it doesn't matter. Anyways, Lewis Hamilton will just storm
so
off.
the grid: Hamilton pole, Verstappen second, Perez third, Bottas fourth, Albon fifth, Ricciardo sixth, Norris seventh, Ocon eighth, Gasly ninth, Vettel 10th, Stroll 11th, Leclerc 12th, Sainz 13th, Giovinazzi in 14th, Kvyat in 15th, Raikkonen 16th, Magnussen 17th, and Russell and Latifi are 18th and 19th. And obviously Grosjean, we wish a speedy recovery, but he's out of this race. So can Hamilton get the same start? Hopefully he can get the same start. Red Bull's not very good on the start, as we've known throughout the season. So 2 lights, 3 lights, 4, 5. Lights out again, and it's another great start by Hamilton. Goodbye, missing you already. Taxi for Verstappen. Oh, nearly takes the front of Perez off there. Right, yeah, it didn't need to shut the damn door that tight, but right, now Bottas trying to get down the inside of Perez, but no. Right, Albon, is he got a chance? Down this, but Bottas stays ahead of Albon.
Chelsea Curtin 8th.
Ricciardo back down to 10th.
Oh, there's a health yard.
But like I said, Hamilton would probably get the better start out of the two.
Oh, safety car.
Safety car. Oh, God, what now?
It's going to turn into the bloody Le Mans 24, isn't it, this?
Yeah, I know. Well, they've got a 4-hour window to do a 2-hour race.
Stroll.
Right?
Oh,
Stroll's upside down. There, he's all right.
Mate,
he's all right.
Are you going to make it?
Well, his car's upside down, but
yeah, he's all right.
I think he should be all right. Clothes on still works.
Oh, I mean, compared to Grosjean's accident, that's not really anything, is it? I would be like, if I heard him moaning on if I was Grosjean and I'd heard him moaning on the radio that he had a massive accident, I'll be sitting there like that. What are you fucking talking about accident? Oh, I've been through a fucking barrier. Right? I was on fire. You're moaning about you being flipped upside down. Get out of here.
But you're to
Oh, yeah. No, unfortunately, it's Kvyat again.
bloody hell.
But this time he's going down the inside. He was going for a gap that was going to disappear.
Vettel was behind him as well.
It wasn't Kabir's fault. Yeah.
So yeah, safety car.
Could you
shouldn't be too
this
long,
won't be
the
done
safety.
by the Arsenal then?
What?
This won't be done by the Arsenal then.
Oh no! Who won the Grand Prix? The safety car.
It's about time the Liverpool people have to do something. They get to go all the races to do nothing. Make some money.
Yeah, I need to turn my eye on now. Pretty dark.
Yeah, I know. I've had to turn mine on. Man United got 8 minutes left to find a winner here. I think sure Matt will let us know if it happens.
Oh, my body will anyway.
He'll have a spasm.
Probably if we let one in, I'll have a spasm, mate. Well, that was more like a cardiac arrest, actually. If we let one in.
That one's not happy.
Yeah, you take that comment out of context. Valtteri Bottas has stopped. So
Maybe he spun right round.
You young divers don't know absolutely what to do.
right, he's got a puncher. Bottas has had to run over David and got a puncher. I was wondering why they've done that, because those tyres wouldn't have lasted to the end of the race, and that explains it. Yeah, they put him on a hard tyre, but that would not last to the end of the race. Not on Bahrain circuit. No way. So a puncher for Bottas. Now Hamilton has to deal with. Well, you could count Perez in it, but it's really the two Red Bulls on his own now. But if he takes off. But yeah. They've already shortened it by a lap. No, they haven't shortened it by a lap. They've done a lap. No, they don't. They just go to the 2 hour limit. You do a 2 hour limited race in a 4 hour window. Yeah, the halo was there for being upside down, but that usually the top of the car like keeps people hitting their head being upside down anyway. So even if the halo wasn't there, there wouldn't have been too much of a problem. It'd probably been easier for Stroll to get out. So,
Pretty hell. It's going to be 57 laps of safety car.
yeah.
I think the safety car's winning at the moment, isn't it?
I know, it's done the most laps up front, isn't it?
Pole position.
To send the waste there.
Oh, VAR.
Oh, I don't get why he has to do that. Why has Verstappen got to come across people like that? Yeah, he's got the inside line. He's got it covered. And then I'm just going to cut your nose off. Right. He did it. And actually, do you know what? It reminded me of 2018. He did it to Hamilton, right, expecting Hamilton just to move out the way. And Hamilton just stood his ground on the outside. And he clipped Hamilton's front wing, which gave him a puncher. Right. He already had the move done. He went to overtake him. He had the move done, and he just went straight. Yeah, he just cut his nose off for no reason. No, he wouldn't. Hamilton wouldn't be able to come back at him. But all it did was ruin his race. It didn't ruin Hamilton's race, to be honest. So. Well, unfortunately, with Stroll out, that doesn't help Racing Point's chances for third, because there's a very precious third place on offer since Ferrari are struggling.
Well, yeah, it's out of 14, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Well, technically 3.
It is literally, yeah, you can say that, but Ferrari, it's only because Ferrari had a really good result in Turkey, innit? I mean, this qualified at 11th and 12th.
Yeah, it's between Racing Point, Renault, and Mclaren.
Yeah, that's the real truth, to be honest. I mean, Ferrari were never. They said it themselves at the start of the season. They were going to be in the fight for it. And it takes a lot. If the head of Ferrari is saying they're stuck like that till 2022, then they're in the shit.
But remember,
they won't just admit it just out of hand.
But remember, Ferrari apparently coming after Mercedes, torn to Peter.
Oh yeah, because also Mercedes are all a bunch of cheats, and Ferrari have never cheated in their lives, have they? Who's the ones that get their own special money just for being in it? And don't get me wrong, I used to be a Schumacher fan, so I used to support Ferrari. So, I did know how much they used to cheat. And this is where he probably doesn't educate himself, because if he's heard of my previous streams, he would actually find out I was a Schumacher fan and a Ferrari fan.
Oh, what's
that? Like I said, as usual, it's the same people run their mouth, but they don't want to come on back the point.
Who's not going to?
What's that?
Who's not coming on?
Oh, this guy.
Yes!
No.
Cavani!
You ain't Fergie time.
Oh no, that Fergie time, 96 minutes is always in the stoppage of stoppage time. You know, that was Fergie time. It was like it should have been over stoppage time. More time.
No, you'd always score in like the last minute.
Yeah, not one with that. Don't.
Right, take on in this lap.
Oh, Cavani. Bella.
Well, like, he's just better than Falcao, eh? remember you had Falcao when you signed under Van Gaal, and he was a flop straight away.
He was. Look, it was a lot of pressure for Falcao because he'd just come out of like a really serious injury with Monaco, and look, he went back to Monaco and then crucified the teams in the Champions League. So he was always a great player, just was never going to work out for him.
Keep on Hamilton's tail. Here we go. The safety car's ending.
Even at Chelsea,
Hamilton to choose his time. DAS system will be in full effect here. Right. Which was verified and checked and pronounced legal if that guy is in the chat. And here we go. No.
come on,
look at that. Look at the difference. That's what a DAS system does. Takes off the back straight like there's no problems whatsoever.
come on.
Bye-bye. 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 Oh, Leclerc down the inside. The ball, Ocon stays in front. Oh, that's a good battle. Leclerc will come back at him. Oh, Kvyat's trying to make a move again. Oh, shit.
Torpedo.
Ocon still ahead of Leclerc, but fair, hard racing between Leclerc and Ocon there. But Hamilton with that DAS system, leaving Verstappen for dead. Right. Was worried a little bit there for a minute, but as soon as he came off that last corner, you saw what the effect the DAS system does. Right, just took off. Sainz trying to go around Ocon. He locks up. Ocon locks up, and Sainz is up into 8th and looking to challenge Leclerc. This all helps McLaren in the battle for 3rd. Right, especially if he can catch and overtake if he can catch and overtake Leclerc, then it's a Renault and McLaren scrap for 5th.
Yes, we have done it. We're through. 90 minutes are over. Oh,
That's like you won the World Cup. Fucking hell.
I'm a Man United supporter, mate. We were 2-0 down, Stephen. We don't usually come back from 2-0 down these days.
I mean, for God's like you're struggling to buy a win at Southampton when usually the only thing you should be buying out of Southampton is a stick of rock.
They're not even on the beach though, Stephen. You get a stick of rock in Birmingham.
It's still there. It's Southampton. Get Southampton rock. Same as Brighton. I know you can at Brighton because my auntie lives about 15 minutes away from the stadium in Findon Valley, and we used to go we go to Worthing, A24 that I think it is. We go down there for like a week's holiday, usually every summer. Because obviously we can't afford massive holidays, so.
Yeah, we do.
So, but yeah, we always have that as a holiday, which is always fun. My mum, the mum's 14 years younger than my aunt, so she's more like been like us. So we didn't know our grandparents. They've been more like our grandparents, to be honest, when growing up. So yeah, can't help but love my auntie and my Uncle Graham.
Shouts out to the fam are important.
Just say, if I got an away ticket to Brighton, she wouldn't mind it. Like she'd quite happily let me stay a night.
Oh, Brighton's a great night out, mate. Oh, mate, honestly, Brighton.
No, I meant like, yeah. What I meant is if I was struggling to get back home, then I could quite happily stay at hers.
Yeah, just use it. Just say, I can't. There's something wrong with the trains. No, right.
No, I'll just honestly say if I'm going to the football, and obviously because I can't get to the stadium unless I drive. Really, right? That's the whole point of me having a mobility car, because I'm really disabled. Right. So yeah, I mean, that's why we would almost. I'm losing my train of thought.
I'd get you out after a game, Stephen. If you were there, I'd make sure that you missed the train. So you can come out on the beer. Get on it.
No. No.
Hey, other drinks are available: 7-Up, Coke, Pepsi.
Well, then apparently there's an investigation on Kvyat's move on Stroll. Not surprised. Sainz chasing down the Leclerc, right down the inside. Oh no! Who is he? Oh no, because Leclerc's gonna have DRS coming back down the straight. Whoa! He's not giving in. Oh, it's on. Oh,
he's crazy.
Just mad racing.
Crazy, man. Oh, what's happened?
And oh god, and Ricciardo catches Leclerc by surprise and takes to turn 7 and takes what's that? That's 8th away.
Well, at least Roy Keane be happy now in the studio.
He'll still give David De Gea a lot of jit though, Chris.
The King will just have a go at any bloody Man United player. No, I don't blame him, right? I've got to blame him to have a go at everyone in that squad, right? Because they don't play like how I remember Man United being. Right? Yeah. I remember Man United, and I was like, literally, even if we were at high, we were like, oh, for fuck's sake. Right? And that was when we had the Invincibles. Right? You knew you were in for a fight. Right? And most of the time, we did end up in a fight. But you don't get that with you don't get that with Man United these days. They're so much softer than they were. I mean, they're the same with Arsenal. It's like people used to look at us in the tunnel, the same as they used to look at a 10-second penalty on Kvyat. 10-second penalty.
Bloody hell.
Wow, not 5, but that's well, it could have been a 10-second stop and go, which would have been even worse. So, yeah, well, it could have been worse. Apparently an undrivable car for Vettel.
It's been on trial for all season.
Does he want to swap? Because I'd happily drive the car. I don't care what state it's in. He said, "What? Yeah, your car's shit. Why are you driving it? So just like a flying F1 car." Right. But yeah, it's like I said, is that Man United and Arsenal, when you looked at those teams back in the day, teams would go to that. I mean, even probably, I would even say to a Liverpool, they would like think, oh shit, Arsenal at home. Even at Anfield, like, oh god, right? Because those teams were just so intimidating that most teams would lose in the tunnel, and you don't get that anymore. Right? You get that with Liverpool and Man City now.
Yeah,
Not
teams
with
seem to be rolling over for Liverpool and City.
Yeah,
most of the time.
The best teams are the ones that win without even kicking a ball, because they win it up here in the mind.
Well, that's in the Premier League, anyways. But obviously in the Champions League, Atalanta obviously won at Anfield. Atletico won at Anfield.
It's like when you if you compared it to, you should do an F1 comparison. It's probably how Barry Callew felt when he joined Schumacher as a teammate, right? And you could tell that Schumacher always had that intimidating psyche over him, and that's why he was always ending up number 2. Right? Yeah, all right. Schumacher got the more favourable because he brought that whole team around him, not his teammate. But even then, Barry Callew was just mentally never going to be as strong as Schumacher. He won most of his battles up here a lot of the time, as well as on circuit. Right? That's why Bottas probably not got the edge on Hamilton, because Hamilton just managed to find positives from anywhere.
I just think Bottas, he's all right, but he's not Hamilton's
He's good.
level.
He's not a bad driver, right? Bottas is a good driver. I think it's just the fact that Hamilton is so much better already as a driver. But I just don't think maybe Bottas is that complete as a driver compared to Hamilton. You got to think Hamilton started in 2007. Bottas started in 2013. So he hadn't been in F1 that long compared to Hamilton.
Yeah, I think Bottas only drove for Williams, hasn't he? Before moving
he only
to
drove for
Mercedes.
Williams till 2016.
That's when
and part of me, when they picked Bottas, I was kind of surprised because they had Verline in the Manor. Now, maybe that was a bit too soon for Verline as a Mercedes Academy driver, but I thought, why aren't you going for your young talent? Why don't you do what Red Bull do? But I don't think Pascal Wehrlein want to come anywhere close to Hamilton.
Yeah.
It would have been way too soon in his career. That would have been just unfair on his part.
That's when I thought Mercedes should have went for.
Plus, if anyone wants to join, as usual, here's the link. Oh, sorry, I forgot also to mention as well, and I'll come back to your point. Just quickly, just copy and paste this. We're still at £760. We are trying to get to 1,000. So everyone, please, make it a Merry Christmas for Children's Liberties Foundation, and give what you can to this Just Giving page. I'm not stopping until we get there, so and share it out to everyone. Make sure we get as many people as we can donating. Be much appreciated. Plus, as well, and I keep forgetting this every time I come on to promote this as well. And here we go as well. I also have on the Flick app its own. I have my own channels. Hang on, one thing. Flick group chat. So you can do the latest polls, predictions, and that's for most games coming up, as well as there's for the Arsenal fans is an unbeaten quiz, which is 50 questions long, and they are not easy. I think I've forgotten half of them by now already, right? Because that really will test your Arsenal knowledge. And yeah, just you can raise news, talk about latest news, different talking points. Great way to sort of interact and and be part of the community as well. So if you can join that as well, be much appreciated. So, but lap 17, Hamilton with fastest lapman, 3.5 seconds clear of Verstappen, who's already moaning that his car's like jumping like a kangaroo. Right?
Did you put your? Did you share it on Twitter, Stephen, as well? The link for the live stream now.
What's that?
Did you share it now for people on Twitter to come on to your live stream now?
No, actually, maybe I should do.
Yeah, because you get double the whammy, didn't you?
Yeah. The thing is when I start, I usually just forget all the time. My memory's so bad at the minute.
Mate,
the health doesn't help with it. That's why when I was like talking at some points, I was talking, and then my train of thought goes. So it's annoying at times, but there's not much I can do.
Well, mate, you conduct yourself very well. You do that hosting your own channel. You invite and bring on a lot of people's opinions. So you're doing very well, mate. And I wouldn't worry about your train of thought, mate. You're a gem at what you're doing. So keep it up, man.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, mate. And as soon as we get time, we'll do something together. Maybe a live stream or something on yours.
I hope so.
Yeah, then I'm all up for that, man.
Down, all right. I'm right down. In the palm of my hand, right?
I mean, it's a bit annoying Thursday because all day Thursday I would have been free if it weren't for my midline coming out. But now I've got to go back up early on Thursday morning and get that changed. But there's not much I can do. What was more annoying is I went all the way to A&E just to have a plaster put on. Right, fucking, I know. Right now, a midline is unlike a midline is basically a really long cannula. Right, it just stays in a small vein, and then, but it's inserted by vascular sort of surgeons. Right, when it started bleeding and that, and it blew. Right, we got to the doctors. Nurse checked it, weren't sure. Went to the doctor checked it. He's like, I don't really want to take that out in case you bleed everywhere. And I'm like, it's not an arterial line, mate. Right? And even if you took an arterial line out, right, the blood would come straight away because it's an artery, right? And two, what you do is you put pressure on it.
Yeah, it's not the.
Yeah, and he basically didn't have the balls to take it out and put pressure on it. He wanted me to go all the way to Norfolk and Norwich to A&E to get a nurse, right? Which was a 20-mile trip from where I live because I live in the middle of nowhere, right? To literally go in, have the nurse see me, take it out, and be out within 15 minutes in A&E. I must have the record for the shortest time admission time. Yeah,
mate. It's not like you had. It's not like the fangs of a vampire in an old wench, is it? You know.
I mean, I said to Hamilton's now in. He's now boxed, and he's gone back out on another set of yellow tires. So yeah, that'll be a definite 2-stop. Like I said at the start of the Grand Prix. But Albon has stopped as well. Yeah, Verstappen will come in, sure. But yeah, like I was saying, is that it's really, really, really annoying that I got to have it put back in. There's not much I could do, but it was just really pissed me off is that I had to go all the way there for fuck all and put myself at risk for fuck all. And I said to Mum, I said, next time they're going to do it as 2 ways. If we're called a GP, I'm just going to literally say to them, say, we either do this 2 ways. I either come down there and you can watch me pull it out, or I pull it out myself. Right? Because I could have done that at home. It's something you could have even done at home. So, yeah, it's
That's the time for you. You could have been doing your vlogs and watching your sports, and they.
I know. I had to stop the checker flag show and put it back to Tuesday because he didn't have the bollocks to do it, to do his job. I was like, well, why'd you become a doctor? Why'd you become a nurse? That's what you got to do if you're in the hospital, mate. Whether it's the A&E nurse, she just got the doctor just to write the notes up while she pulled it out.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Where's Chris gone?
Oh, he needs his phone charged.
Oh, look, he's.
Yeah, everyone wants to come on, join the debate. Right, Verstappen's now stopped. Obviously had to respond to Hamilton's stop. He will come out, and Perez comes back out in third. So, Racing Point responding to. Yeah, he's fifth, but technically will be third. Yeah, he's responded to Albon's stop. And I think Perez, obviously being the sole, that they've had to do that Racing Point because that's the sole car they've got left, and they want to try and keep up this fight for third spot. Because there's, I said that already. Yeah, I did. I said it about 2 laps ago. Right. Yeah, so third spot, obviously massive, is about a £20 million difference in terms of prize money. So it's massively important, third spot. So, yeah, so, and obviously being third spot doesn't really come around that often. Because usually it's between Verstappen, it's between Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari. So, very rarely does third spot come available for these other teams.
That's Formula One for you, though, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, I mean, personally for me, it would have been also McLaren as well, but McLaren are too busy investing in other areas, right? Well, rather than just F1. And I think that it's a shame because McLaren is is the second most successful team in Formula One. And the third most is Williams. It shows how far these other teams have fallen and what they need to get back in it.
Yeah.
So, in terms of third spot, Norris is pitted as well. I think Sainz hasn't stopped. Right, so yeah, Hamilton's just looking so much more comfortable. But then again, saying that, hang on, Sainz is pitted already. Because they technically all made a pit stop after that red flag. So I think what they did is they everyone took off and put a new set of mediums on after that red flag, because after during the red flag you can change tyres. So what do you think ahead about the Wolves game, Matt?
It's going to be a tight game. It's the same as what Man United had against Southampton today. I think it'll be very close. Possibly a draw, maybe Arsenal winning it. I mean, Pepe had a really good performance against Mulder, didn't he, midweek? So let's see how he does if he gets picked for the starting lineup. Yeah, what do you think, mate? How do you think Arsenal are going to play off against Wolves?
Who was that you mentioned about the Mulder game?
That Pepe had a fairly decent game, you know. Stephen Ads is in the.
Oh, is he? By the way, Pepe's out.
Oh well, there you go.
What a fucking game! What a game! If they had never had those two set pieces, and I talk facts, if they never had those two set pieces, they never did anything. Facts. Look at the stats and look at the replay. Fred, immense. Cavani, immense. Bruno, immense. Van der Beek, immense. That midfield three works. They give the supply, push it up to Cavani.
Yeah, hang on, mate. Come on.
Like, 2.
I agree.
You should be 2-0 down to Southampton. I'm sorry.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
You should not be doing that.
That doesn't matter. In the first half, we were shit. I'll admit that. Fred and Bruno were poor. But the second half, we were better.
Yeah.
We were better. And the fact, yeah, I agree with you, Matt. But the first half, if they never had those two set pieces, they wouldn't have done anything. They really wouldn't have done anything. That's facts. They wouldn't have.
But I just think, like, you know, like we always seem to do shit in the first half, and then something happens at half time, and then we come out and we play like we should be playing 90 minutes of the whole game. And
hopefully, Solskjaer had a bit about him.
And unofficial pundit was saying Ollie out, and it's all Ollie's fault. Where are you now? Because you're twerking for Ollie out. I'm nothing. I'm not Ollie out. I'm not Ollie in. I am a fan who backs the manager and backs the players. If he deserves criticism, he deserves criticism, and he's gonna get it. If he deserves praise, he's gonna get it. You're not praising the manager. You're still not praising the manager. That is a win that most clubs right now in the division, in this shape and form of this year, they would never come back like that. But we did it. So I don't hear no crap about Ollie out or nothing.
No. I always said it's the backboard that's the problem, not Ollie. At all.
I need to go now because I have to go out.
Honest, I think it's probably what Solskjaer said at half time is probably what's done it. Because you came out a completely different side. You were nowhere in the first half. And even that was just keeping an eye on it whilst watching the F1 here. But as Norris overtakes Bottas for 6th, so Bottas getting those tyres getting old on his car already. I
have to go because I have to go in a call. So I will be back. But yeah, lads, what a win. Stephen, I'll be there for the Arsenal watchalong as well, mate. So yeah, let's hope they win.
You hear the accident turn lap 1?
Yeah, I had it on the radio. I was listening to it on the radio whilst I watched the game because I was going to be able to watch both of them. But it was a good performance. I feel like it's a good race today as well.
I'm very happy.
Like I said, everyone 7:15 watch along for Arsenal Wolves.
The funeral.
Well, I think I'm probably going to be still using the positivity from Hamilton winning rather than Arsenal winning. That's hopefully if it stays the same as it is at the minute.
Yeah, can you do the same?
Well, yeah, I had to have my last time I had my midline change. Hamilton just won the title, so I was absolutely buzzing. And the thing is that it hurt more the time before than this last time because I was such on a buzz. I didn't feel anything. Right. So
yeah, it weren't good. It weren't good. No.
and the thing is as well is that one of the commentators is actually I've got managed to get hold of them on Insta. But I'll tell you what, it's a big. It's all about the battle for third. Right, Norris, Sainz. Hi, Jennifer. What a comeback from United. Hey. Yeah, I mean, it's a strong comeback from United, a strong match. Obviously, the big game is going to be now. It's Chelsea-Tottenham.
Huge
I
game.
think that's the key. Yeah, I think that's going to be a huge game in terms of the title race. But
Well, Man United have pushed up a little bit. That's nice.
Bottas has just stopped for a fresh set of tyres. He was on hards. He was on hards. Now he's on mediums. So, but yeah, Sainz has moved himself up to 6th. So the two McLarens, 5th and 6th, Ocon, Ricciardo, 7th and 8th. That will give them 2, 4, 10 points, and that will give 15 points. 10? No, 18 points for McLaren, and it will give Renault 10 points. So an extra 8 points for McLaren if it stays as it is. Perez getting 15 points, and with Stroll out, that means the big winners will be McLaren if it stays as it is. And they need to close up the most. They're 5th on 136, 149 for Renault, I believe, and 154 for Racing Point. So if the McLarens can keep the two Renaults behind and capitalise on any sort of mistakes or any failures in front of them, then with 2 races to go, still in for a shout.
Definitely, mate.
A bit like how the F2 championships ending is still a big fight on then going into the last race of next week. But I think no matter what happens, Schumacher is bound to go to an F1 team. He's going to take one of those Haas spots. So they're dropping both Grosjean and Magnussen. Which, in terms of Magnussen, I don't mind too much because he can be too defensive and he's driving and be a bit dangerous at times. Grosjean, I think he had that one race ban after the 2012 accident in Belgium. But since then, he's matured as a driver, to be honest. Plus, he's brutally honest on the team radio. It just says it as it is.
Says it as it is. Yeah, he doesn't realise he's on live TV.
Hey, I still love our Raikkonen when he got 3rd spot in 2018. Right, he turned up to the prize giving gala. Right, and by the time they were doing, they always do the F1 at the end. By the time they did the F1 at the end, and he came up to do his third place trophy, he was drunk as a skunk. He was absolutely wankered.
He was.
Oh, it's like as quality Raikkonen. I don't give a shit. I remember one interview, and it was last race in 2006, and Pele had given Schumacher his trophy, as it was Schumacher's retirement from Ferrari. And Martin Bundle just got hold of him. He said, you missed the presentation by Pele. He said, I was having a shit.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, fuck on being on TV. Yeah, I just had a shit.
Sorry about that. Turtle's head in the underpants.
Yeah. You thought it'd be nice and light before the start of the race. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Had the minimum weight level.
Yeah, I say he wouldn't win if he had that in his pants, would he?
I'm sure Grosjean was probably shitting his pants after that.
1 second, Stephen.
It's all right. Right, so in terms of up front, Verstappen really can't make an impression on Hamilton. Perez holding his own against Albon in third, which is disappointing for Albon. Albon really should be taking that third spot away from him. Really should be trying to get up there and challenge and help Verstappen challenge Hamilton, but can't seem to make the impression to. And then you've got, like I said, the two McLarens, Noyce and Sainz. Sainz on much longer tyres than the two Renaults, who are on much older tyres. Bottas climbing himself back up the grid, now in 11th from behind Leclerc in 10th. After that puncture he suffered at the start of the restart. Say puncture, slow puncture. It's such a shame that Perez is third and he's not going to get a seat next season. It's an absolute scandal. Absolute scandal. Yet Stroll stays in because his dad owns the team.
That's F1.
Yeah, that is F1. That's how money talks. Right, whoever gets pretty much the strongest back and gets in these days, especially with the amount of money it costs these days to run F1. Especially these days, since the prices have skyrocketed in the turbo hybrid era. Especially in terms of that, the cost of a power unit. Ridiculous. No, that's why there's no new teams coming to F1 at the minute, and until they bring the budget caps down. That won't come till 2022. You ain't really going to see new teams until after that, because unfortunately the sport's just too expensive for lower teams to sit at the back of the grid. That's why Williams have had to sell their shares to a new owner. Right, Matt?
Hola, senor.
All right.
Yeah, just fun in a bath, mate. I'm going to have a little intermission in about 5-10 minutes and then jump on your Arsenal stream.
Yeah, not to worry.
Bet you get loads of people in for that. Where are the Formula One fans out there? Come on, you're watching, aren't you?
Yeah, come on. No. I think half. I think the ones on the track, like the Hamilton haters.
Hamilton haters. We need to get Lewis Hamilton on the show, mate. I think we can get that.
Give him a ring.
Hey, I reckon
Yeah.
you can. Why not?
Honestly, if
You've got to keep writing to him, mate, like you do Santa Claus when you're younger, you know, you just got to keep writing and then you'll get it.
I did message him via Insta, but obviously you probably never read it.
Try everybody. Try his brother. Try his dad. Try his family.
Well, I've got I've got David Croft messaging me back on Insta, the commentator.
Just ask him for an interview, even if you've got to pay for it, mate, and then we'll all like contribute to that pay. You know what I mean? We'll
Yeah.
donations.
Well, I've already met Hamilton once.
Yeah, I saw a picture. Very good, good, man.
But yeah, I mean, look, if anyone can't accept what Hamilton's achieved, then you just have an agenda. Simple as that. Right?
Yeah.
I don't like Verstappen, but if he won that many titles, you'd have to sit there and say, "Well done."
You would, yeah. I didn't like
No.
Michael Schumacher really, but he won that many, and I applaud him for it. I didn't like him though.
I didn't like Alonso when he took the title, when he beat Schumacher to the title, but he did it, right? And you had to say, "Well done."
Yeah, exactly, 100%. So, what do you think the score is going to be later, Stephen? Just to throw that in.
I've got the problem with Arsenal at the minute is like you more have your head than your heart. Like your heart tells you you're gonna win by 2-3-0, something like that, 2-0.
Yeah.
But my head's thinking a draw or a 2-1 by Arsenal.
Okay.
Right, and my head was really thinking of a draw, to be honest. I think a draw against Wolves wouldn't be a bad result. I mean, you got to admit, Wolves are still a strong side.
Yeah.
But then I really want to beat Tottenham next week after, but we are properly fucked with that.
London derby.
Oh, fuck, you know. That's why what Pepe did really just pissed me off.
Yeah.
Right, and then people like give it all this hour where he played against Mulder, and I'm surprised he was fucking picked for Mulder. Right, I'm sorry if I was the manager, I'd put a kid on, right, and make him pay.
But he scored the goal, right?
Yeah, I know he scored a goal, but unfortunately, in my world, if you do something stupid like what he did,
you
need to be punished.
He just thought in the 98 World Cup.
I mean, like say like football management, there's a certain amount of as Verstappen comes in for his stop. Oh, it's a long stop.
They've stopped.
Oh, it's a long stop for Verstappen. So that just gives all the time in the world for Lewis Hamilton to make his pit stop and decide what he wants to do. Any opportunity probably Verstappen had of making that strategy work's just gone out the window. Right, that pit stop has stopped him in his tracks. Bit slow stop. I don't know about that. I don't think so. Otherwise, it wouldn't be that high, but good. But look, Hamilton straight in afterwards, his response. And Hamilton has stopped. Obviously, you get an opportunity like that where they've had a slow stop as well. Come straight in and take the gap advantage. Right. So, oh, he's way ahead. And he keeps ahead of Perez, unlike Verstappen.
No messing about.
Yeah, no messing about. Take the opportunity while it's there. Hard tyres will go to the end of the race now as well. So, right, it's pretty much down to reliability of the car now. With how reliable the cars were last year, doing 17 races, I'm sure he's got plenty of life in that power unit compared to 22. I do like it when they play it, like they do it under the lights as well. Like the cars are really they really stand out.
Like, where is it they do the last one? Singapore, is it? Or
yeah, you got Singapore as a night race. Bahrain is I think it's more twilight than night. Same with Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
Saudi Arabia is the next race next season, which is the new one, which is second to last. That's supposed to be a night race. As Perez stops from second, it'll drop him to third. So he'll come out behind the McLarens, but McLaren's have yet to pit. But Perez will stay ahead of Albon. So by the look of it, top four is pretty much decided.
You think so?
What?
You think so?
Yeah, by the look of it, unless Albon can mount a challenge on Perez or Verstappen on Hamilton, I don't see it any other way. Unless there's any sort of incidents individually.
I think Hamilton's got this in the bag, you know?
Yeah, I think that's just managing it. Right. Obviously trying not to put the commentator's curse on him, but yeah, I don't see any other ways. It's just nice, comfortable, controlled performance again. And the tally goes up and up and up. Right. What that would be now is that would be 94, 95. It's 90, win 96. I think. Yeah. I think it'd be win 96, I believe. It's insane. Level of race wins is it's scary to think of where it actually could finish. Right? You just don't see an end to it.
I think Lewis Hamilton will go until he's at least 40, you know?
Yeah, obviously there's like a number of years, but I think it's like how big the record can get, right? In terms of wins and poles. I mean, the poles is the next nearest guy, Schumacher at 69. He's now over 91, 92, 93 pole positions. So, and race wins now 96, 97.
Oh,
As the two Renaults came out side by side. Yeah, and Ocon ended up gaining on him because he stopped earlier. Norris, so McLaren are going to respond with Norris pitting. Whereas Albon is passing his teammate. Yet Sainz will try and come back at him. Nearly all the way off the circuit there. Bottas is in for his second race strategy stop. Count the stops of the made at the restart, and plus his slow puncher. So Bottas comes out 11th. Oh, and Timo Werner nearly scored.
I know, it was close. Offside, though. Offside.
Ah! Come on, Chelsea. For God's sake. Right. Stop this bloody fucking title talk. Right. That's what I want. I want Chelsea to win. Right. And then them to probably not get another win, build their hopes up a little bit, and then we just crush them. Right. Silence them even more. That would be nice. Right. It'd be a nice Christmas present. So Sainz did his stop now, lap later. So Sainz comes out behind Leclerc. Bit slow on his stop, but still ahead of the Renaults most importantly, and Leclerc's got to stop anyway. As Vettel now stops as well from a very lowly 15th. Yeah, he's not had a great race this weekend, unlike the high of Turkey. Yet Sainz has gone straight past Leclerc down to turn 10.
Stephen, I'm going to have to, unfortunately.
Yeah, right. I'm not to worry. I'll see you later for the Arsenal stream. Yeah.
I'll be here, mate. I'm just going to go and get cooked up now, have a bit of dinner. You know what I mean? Get myself ready and prepared for this live. You'll have loads of people in that, mate. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, hopefully we will. So, and even then, it'll be interesting. It'll be nice to debating anyway. So.
Absolutely, mate.
All right.
Drop me on, mate, and I'll be on very soon, mate, and I'll keep watching.
All right, take it easy.
You too, mate. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Like I said, 16 laps to go. Anyone else who does want to come on, the link is in the chat. Yeah, the link is in the chat. So, please come and share your opinion. But unless something dramatic happens, it looks to be another race win for Hamilton, with Verstappen second, Perez third, Albon fourth, which is, like I said, Albon should be taking third away from Perez. Like, he really should. He shouldn't. He's now 28. He's 28 seconds behind his teammate. That's not good enough, Albon. If you're Yuki Tsunoda at the minute is performing brilliantly for in the Red Bull Junior team in F2. If he's not careful, he'll come into F1 in an AlphaTauri or somewhere, and he'll break through and get past Albon. Albon's seat is no longer safe, and he needs to start putting the performances in, because you know what, just Helmut Marko's like at Red Bull. If you're not good enough, he'll just axe you straight away. Dog can't make his mind whether we'll be up here or down here. And Bottas down the inside of Ocon, takes 10th away, 9th away from Ocon. So Bottas will now chase down Ricciardo for 8th. Whether he'll get to Sainz another 9 seconds on, 6 seconds on, is another matter. I will be jumping straight off this stream straight away because of the latest in the hour. We've got to have dinner. Quarter to 8. 4.7. 6. Shit. In the Chelsea Tottenham game at the minute, it's at I'm at 90-minute mark. It's still 0-0. Chelsea had a very good opening, but it was offside.
Oh, yeah.
So Vettel trying to chase down George Russell now for 14th. Verstappen's still on the fastest lap though for second place. That is a point the commentators have made here. You got to think, this time last year, Ferrari were first, second here in Bahrain, dominated every session. This year, they're absolutely nowhere. Just shows how far that team's fallen, how much of a shambles it is at the minute. Can it be the same car? They haven't changed the car. We have built a new car. Everyone builds a new car every year. Albon saying the rears are gone, so any chance of him trying to catch and pass Perez and getting the podium doesn't look likely now. But very unlikely now. Right, Verstappen's pitted to try and go for fastest lap. Yet where he stopped from and coming out he stopped right in the middle of traffic, closer to Perez, right? But he's in the middle of traffic, right in the middle of traffic that he's got to get through to be able to try and set a fastest lap. So he's already got the fastest lap already. So yeah, I don't really get the point of doing for that fastest lap, to be honest. I mean, what are you going to gain, really? One extra point. Wow. Right. But, hey, maybe Perez could close him down. Would be nice. Would be a nice battle to see at the end. 10 laps to go. Sorry, I don't know, but it went on mute for some reason. I was just saying that if you're going for fastest lap, if anyone is live at a minute, we've got 6 people watching them. If please, link is here. Right, come on, have you say before the end of this Grand Prix. But yeah, I was just saying, if you're going for fastest lap, just get an extra point because you want to finish second above Bottas. Right? Really? Does it matter? You ain't won it. Right? Well done. You get reward for coming runner-up. Whoa! Right? All you have to do then is just sit at a prize-giving gala, right? Watching the winner picked up. Well, and Site's really closing down now on Gasly in the DRS range now. But this whole Perez thing is completely bollocks. Right? Perez is better than Stroll. Simple as that. Perez is better than Stroll. Hands down. Right? But because of his dad owning the team, Stroll gets a position. Vettel gets someone who wins a Grand Prix, right, when they turn it to Aston Martin, right, and Perez has to get thrown out the door when he's the most successful Mexican as well in the sport's history, right, with over 8 podiums. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, Stroll took pole position in Turkey, right, and won podium in Azerbaijan in 2017. That's it. That's all he's done. Perez has had a much better record over Stroll, right, in terms of performances and everything. As Gasly gets past, Sainz passes Gasly for 6th, so now 5th and 6th for McLaren. Oh. If anyone has any questions as well, please feel free to ask on anything, health, life, football, F1. I'm more than willing to answer. But right. Still 0-0 with Chelsea Tottenham in a minute. Bottom past the 30-minute mark on mine. Obviously a big game that is in terms of title race. 2 very well performing teams at the minute. 5 laps to go though in this Grand Prix. Vote for driver of the day. Who would? That's the thing. If anyone in the comments, leave in the comments as well. Who is your driver of the day? Who is your driver of the day? Right. Let me know. Who do you think stand out in this Grand Prix? Not Grosjean. It's serious. No. Right. I mean, people voting driver of the day for, and actually 37% of them saying Grosjean. Why? Yeah, I know, but I'm sorry. Yeah, right. It should be over the course of the race distance. It's not the fact that he survived an accident. Because otherwise we'd be saying that for every driver that has had an accident in the Grand Prix. Perez, another strong performance in third. Sainz had a very poor qualifying and has picked up sixth place. Oh, Perez.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh no, Perez. Perez looks like to have an engine issue. Yeah, it's gone. The engine's gone. The power unit's gone for Perez. Oh no. Oh, it's gone. Switch it off. Get out.
Again.
Oh no, and that. Oh, pivotal. And this is pivotal for third spot as well. The sole remaining racing point. It's racing point in third at the minute. And Perez was just about keeping them with a very good chance of getting it with that third place, but now losing 15 points. Right, Norris move up to fourth. Sainz will move up to fifth, which will put Ricciardo will finish seventh, Bottas will finish eighth, Ocon will finish ninth, given that this will probably go to the end of the race. And oh no. No. So that means McLaren they're on 136. They will be big winners here with fourth and fifth. 22 points gained on Racing Point, and they were 154, 136. They were 18 points behind. And it'll finish behind the safety car. Oh, I feel sorry for Racing Point. Oh, that's literally as his car blew, the engine blew, right? I tell you one thing, it has really it's really lit up this fight for third spot. Eight. It's not going to restart. What the?
Some idiot ran across the track.
What a marshal! Yeah, it was one of the marshals just ran straight out in front of Norris. You fucking idiot. You don't run across a live track.
Don't do it. So what do you want, peppers?
Sure, I'm gonna do it. No, just whisk up. Just whisk up the eggs. Just do the eggs. Two. So yeah, it's gonna finish. Hamilton first, Verstappen second, Albon in third, Norris fourth, Sainz fifth. Don't forget Verstappen gets an extra point for second, for fastest lap. Sorry. Gasly will finish sixth, Ricciardo will finish seventh, Bottas eighth, Ocon in ninth, Leclerc 10th. Don't tell me Bottas has got another punch. The same Bottas under the safety car has another puncher. So to end this race, the finish is behind the safety car. Hamilton wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Verstappen second, Albon third, Norris fourth, Sainz fifth. Gasly 6th, Ricciardo 7th, Bottas 8th, Ocon 9th, Leclerc in 10th. So what that will do, I'll quickly, just before I go, $18 points. So McLaren will go ahead of Racing Point on 158, with Racing Point not scoring on 154. Right. 149 plus just quickly go back. So yeah, just quickly, 2, 4, 6, 6, 2, 8. So yeah, the battle for third will be like this going into the next race. McLaren ahead on 158, then Renault on 57, and then Racing Point on 154. So it's all up for grabs for third spot. But as of now, I'm going to leave you because I've got to get something to eat before the next stream. The stream will be at quarter to 7. It'll be Arsenal versus Wolves. Join us, we'll have our guests come on. Right, that should be a great one. Right, but as usual, like, share, subscribe if you're new. And until then, I'm going to be out of here, so I've got to make some dinner and I've got to get something to eat. Right, so everyone, stay safe and see you later on.